Welcome to What a Ways podcast. Yeah, I got that smoke. Here. Speaking of, we're going to be talking about forest fires, so that is actually appropriate for the next one. Wait, I can't figure out how to stand this up.
I did this for you last time.
This is why women need men. But they're... Welcome to What a Ways podcast. I did want to start out by saying that we are sponsored by Back Market reused, refurbished electronic products. That's where I got my iPad.
Are we actually sponsored by them?
No, but I do know someone who works for them, and I am going to keep saying we're sponsored by them until
Well,
we
let's
get
do a
sponsored
good
by
one.
them.
Well, no, that actually works. So let's do
Okay.
a good one, and then we'll send this to them.
Okay.
Backwoods, the blunt
No,
company.
that sounds like a...
Backwoods Blunts.
That sounds like a dip company. No.
Back room.
Back Market.
Back Market.
Okay, wait, let's start by welcome to What a Ways podcast. I'm here with
You're here with Sorab,
Rob,
and I'm here with
Lucia.
Let's do that one more time.
Okay. Welcome to What a Ways podcast. I'm here with
Sorab, and I'm here with
Lucia, and we're gonna bum you out and make you laugh while learning about the environment.
and we have a brand new sponsor.
Back Market refurbished electronics.
They're fantastic, aren't
They're
they?
amazing, and I'm so excited for them to agree to this.
Yes. This is the kind of quality, and we'll plug it a couple times throughout the episode. You'll
I just ordered a new iPhone.
Ooh.
I just ordered an
from
iPhone
them?
from Back Market, an
Ooh.
iPhone 15 that cost me, I think, a total of like $400.
You know what? I'm gonna get on there tonight.
Look
and
at
have a
it.
look, 'cause
And I
you
got
know.
this iPad from it.
Ooh.
And that's the sort of stuff that we encourage.
Circulate an email. Figure out your budget. You got to have a marketing
You
budget.
can turn in your old... Oh, we're still talking to them.
Yeah.
Circulate the marketing budget.
We're not expensive.
We're not.
$500.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we can...
per recording session.
Per recording session.
Yeah.
So we're going to need from you, Back Market, about $1,500 a month. And that's just some of the fun stuff that we're talking about today. Thank you again to our sponsor, Back Market. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of controversial ground before we officially started recording.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about What did you call it?
Polyamory.
EHM?
ENM,
What is ENM again?
ethical non-monogamy, or my favorite kind, how most people are doing it, NENM.
What's ethnical non-monogamy? Is that where you're
Ethical?
like ethnic non-monogamy? Is that where you're like, I don't date a certain race?
Ethnical non-monogamy. Wait, I have to think about that.
Yeah, I know that's a tough one.
Ethnical non-monogamy. Yeah, it's where
It's when you're racist.
It's when you're racist, and you date whoever.
Ethical non-monogamy.
Ethical non-monogamy, or how most people are doing it, non-ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah.
NENM.
Because I feel like a lot of the times the other person doesn't
It's
know.
very hard for it to be ethical.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, so that's just sort of those will be in the
Patreon.
Patreon. You can.
Man, I'm good.
That was good.
Man, I'm good.
Some cancelable stuff that I said.
Oh, easily.
I do think that there is a correlation between the increase in polyamory and I'm not even going to go
Carbon
there.
emissions.
Carbon emissions, but the amount of Uber rides,
Yeah. Uber rides.
to
Lube.
the increase in lube required,
Coffee filters.
filters, the increase
High noons.
The emissions of driving back and forth to your different lovers.
We should figure out the carbon emission of a sex.
of sex.
Oh, yeah, one act of sex.
I mean,
what the
I
carbon
do think sex is good for the environment, except when it's creating new people.
Yeah, I was about to say
Too many new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, this is putting it on the list of next episodes. People don't like talking about population, but population's a big ol' issue.
Isn't it down?
We're still way overpopulated.
But we're down though, right?
I think we're down in terms of how many births are happening, like in our generation.
But I've heard we're down.
So you're gonna keep saying that we're down.
That's what I.
We're gonna get those facts for you folks.
Cool.
We're gonna get those facts. Are we actually? Is our audio good, Elliot? Okay.
What's that ring?
Isn't that cool? It's been giving me some sort of rash.
There's a ghost in there.
I got it from Colombia. It's
Colombia, the country.
the country. It's a dried rose.
Yeah, there's a ghost in
What
there.
the hell? A good or bad ghost?
I don't know. I don't speak Colombian.
Okay, so I had a dream the other night
Ooh.
and I have a very active dream life.
Okay.
I had a very vivid dream. I take mugwort tea before bed. And
That's not real.
it is.
That's Harry Potter bullshit. Mugwort? That's not a
Mugwort.
real thing,
It's
man.
real,
What
and
does
I'm
it
drinking
do?
it, and it tastes very earthy.
Do you just have a big cauldron in the middle of your apartment
I
going
have
that
so
you're
many
stirring?
ball jars of different herbs.
What does mugwort do?
Mugwort, it stimulates dream recall and can increase lucid dreaming.
Whoa.
And it's also just helpful to settle down for bed. I have insomnia, but I had a dream the other night that a woman in a ninja costume told me to stop texting and driving.
That's a premonition.
That I think it
That's
was my
not-
guardian angel.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
it.
my
Also, your
angel.
guardian angel is a ninja? What the fuck?
Female ninja.
Mine's
She wouldn't let me see her face.
Mine's kind of like an ethereal voice. Mine's never been a actual person. Yours is a ninja.
Ninja.
Yours is kind of like climbing down from a rope upside down in the middle of your apartment, silently dropping down.
like black.
yeah,
outfit.
only just
Yeah,
She could
it was
be a-
only the mouth that I could see.
She could be a devout Muslim.
Could be.
Was she doing anything acrobatic?
No, and I got the strong vibe she was a white woman. Just the way she carried herself in the ninja.
So she is a white ninja.
Yeah.
She is one of
I don't-
history's only.
Or that is how she chose to present herself to me in the dream.
I just love
I
this.
think angels can look like anything.
I just love this image of this woman who was tending to a garden in feudal Japan. She was the only white ninja to ever exist. She gets cut down.
She looked Eastern European.
She
I'm
catches an
gonna be
arrow.
honest.
She catches an arrow to her chest. She dies, and then her god is like, "Hey, listen, there's a comedian. We're gonna need you to go keep an eye on
She's
her."
distracted driving.
Yeah, and then the feudal Japanese white woman's like, "Well, does she have enemies coming after her?" No, she just texts and
Yeah,
drives. a
no,
lot.
just Mint Mobile.
Are these important texts?
No, and I have a little like a stand I put my phone on, but I still find myself very easily distracted, and I need to like literally throw my phone in the back of the car because I'm DJing. I'm having the time of my life while I'm driving. I know it's
You
it's
gotta
bad.
not do that
No,
in
it's
this
bad.
city. You know the car accident rate in this city.
Yeah,
they're all the time. You know how many uninsured drivers are out there?
Yeah,
And if you're on your phone, then your car's done. Or you just bought a
Yeah,
car.
I know. That's why I had the dream. My angels have taken care of this.
Man,
They already got to me.
that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
When I dream, I go to the same town. I'm like in this town. Everything I do in my dreams, I'm in this.
Have you been to that town before?
I just every time I dream, it's like a small town.
You need to journal about that.
I used
A
to.
reoccurring dream like that, I think, means something.
Oh, I have the worst nightmares. I have terrible nightmares.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
are mostly about the climate apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Or texting and driving.
Yeah. Climate apocalypse.
Oh, I have so many dreams about like
Do you have stand-up dreams?
yes.
All the time.
I have panic dreams.
All
yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are your panic dreams? Are you on stage or
I
you
actually just had a dream that 2 nights ago I had a dream. I think I was auditioning for JFL and a comic was he was like being my avatar on auditioning for me and doing my
Yeah.
material, but he wasn't doing it well. And I was so pissed off because I was like, that's not the right way to do. And it just pissed me off.
That would piss me off too.
Yeah, it
That's
pissed me off.
stressful. I usually forget about a show in my dreams. I'm at home and I realize.
Oh.
And then
Mine's performance anxiety.
Yeah.
Yours is missing it.
Right, missing
Well,
it.
that makes sense because you feel bad canceling. See, I have no
I don't
guilt.
like can- yeah, I don't
I have
like-
no guilt or remorse around that. Or accidentally not showing up to a show. Like
If I've canceled on you, I'm sorry.
I have a lot of all my dreams are like before the Palestine fundraiser. I had a nightmare that like no one showed up and it sucked.
But you knew you had sold tickets.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. In the
Oh.
dream, I was like, I'm worried this is gonna suck.
Damn. Mug root, huh?
Mugwort. I'll bring you some.
Yeah, actually, can you?
Yes.
How do I drink it? Do I got to steeve it in a fucking
Yeah, and you're not gonna
ancient
like
cult-
how it tastes. But maybe you will. I love the taste of it. I mix it with. I have a little tea mixture I make. It's supposed to open my heart at night, and open me up to the dream world. And
You know, you could
Listen.
just do. You want to just do mushrooms?
I used to. I can't anymore.
Oh,
I'm sober. You know, a bad mushroom trip's the reason I got sober.
really?
We'll get into that next episode.
Okay.
Oh yeah, a horrible mushroom trip, but I love herbs. I love herbs that don't get me
Oh,
high.
also, all your audience members will really like. Can we do show? Can we recommend TV shows?
Oh yeah,
Watch Common Side Effects on HBO Max.
yeah. Watch that.
Have you seen it?
No.
You fucking love it. It's right
Common
up your
side
alley.
effects.
Common Side Effects.
What's it about?
It's kind of like a neo-noir about a dude. It's animated, and the animation style is beautiful. It's about kind of like a neo-noir about this guy who's like kind of eccentric, and he has a lot of money, and he's kind of a doofus, and he tracks down this mushroom that will cure anything, and it just kind of like the pharmaceutical companies are after him, the government's after him, his like mushroom colleagues are after him, and he's just kind of on the run.
Well, I
But
definitely
it gets
believe.
into all this stuff about pharmaceuticals and mushrooms and
Watch it. What's it called?
common side effects.
Comment. I'm gonna watch it.
It's a Mike Judge thing. So
I
it's,
keep
like,
I have a tiny crock pot that I bought just for stewing mushrooms.
oh, you're gonna love this show. It gets into all the mycology and like the
I have reishi mushrooms cooking pretty much at all times in my apartment.
really
Mhm.
wow. I don't even. Sometimes you say things and I just don't. There's so many questions
I
in
could
one
see
sentence.
You responded to that before you could process.
Yeah, I was in the middle
You
of.
just went. You just went. Wow.
There were just so
You
many
just
questions I had.
dissociated.
It's like when you watch like a White House press briefing and everybody raises their hand when they say something
Yeah.
stupid. Like I just had so many. Like, why are you stewing them? Where are you getting them? Just eat them.
I just know they're dried. I order them and I make tea out of them. It tastes like dirt, but I believe it's curing me of something. It's supposed to be good for you.
Okay. But you don't know what it's curing yet?
No,
you
it's
can't-
like stress relieving. It's really good for the immune system.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we're
Yeah.
getting into the. Okay.
Oh, any herb I take is for stress reduction and immunity boosting.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And healing a broken heart forever.
Stressful.
All right. Are you speaking of broken hearts? We're going to talk about federal funding freezes.
You have the same lifestyle as like a crone
Yeah.
or like some kind of old timey witch.
Yeah. That's how I
It's Shakespeare.
identify.
It's almost Shakespearean. The just how common like salves and potions are.
Oh, I live the life of a witch. I think you think I'm joking. My little apartment is.
I've been in
full
your apartment. Is there a section I didn't see? That's it's like I never saw like
my
a
bedroom,
cauldron or-
and behind. Yeah, because I do it in a very modern way. I make the teas in a French press.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
But guess what? Then when I try to make coffee in said French press, it tastes very bad.
You might be the most eccentric person I know. Truly. Truly, you are the only Kramer-esque person that I know. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Oh, my best friend's trying to call me. Morgan, we'll talk later. All right, so things are sort of fucked right now.
It's always fucked,
No,
right?
but it's bad.
What is?
But guys, I want to say we're here to keep tabs on what Trump has been doing because it's so have you heard about the massive federal funding freezes?
Yeah.
So
Didn't the courts
it's still a mess. And it's directly affecting the work I do at my nonprofit because I'm a grant writer.
Oh no.
So what happened? So when Biden was in office, his administration passed two major bills that were game-changing for climate action. So people talk lots of shit on Biden, definitely not great for a lot of reasons, but he did pass the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and the Inflation Reduction Act. And these two laws were supposed to invest close to $1 trillion into clean energy, disaster resilience, and infrastructure improvements. And they funded everything from solar projects to pollution cleanups, water conservation, and even new public transit systems. So, like, my nonprofit got $3 million from the IRA for tree planting. So they gave out a ton of money.
This is such a, and I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Not the IRA, as in the Irish Republican Army,
No,
right?
the Inflation Reduction Act,
Okay.
which gave out a ton of money. So we had already, so my nonprofit's the perfect example of this. We had already won this money
Yeah.
when Biden was in office. So when Trump got reelected, from day one, his administration has been going after this funding. He's called Biden's climate policies the Green New Scam, and he issued an executive order to freeze funding from these laws for at least 90 days. And he's also threatened to cancel any funding that supports clean energy, environmental justice, or even anything remotely connected to Biden's climate agenda. They removed like all climate justice information from all of the federal websites, like grants that we had. They removed all of that information from the websites. They are.
But it's just for 90 days, right?
I mean, like 90 days, but they're just making it's the Wild West. They're doing whatever they want. So So, what is a federal funding freeze? Normally, when Congress approves funding, the money is divided up and obligated to specific projects. And that means cities, states, nonprofits, and companies sign agreements with the government to receive that money for a particular purpose, like upgrading public transportation or building a wind farm. And then once the agreements are in place, the funds get distributed over time. So, like, we got grants that the federal government agreed to fund certain projects, and we already started those projects and invested our money into them, and the federal government is supposed to pay us back. But they've frozen all this money and are not paying us back.
But again, on paper it still only says for 90 days, right? And then theoretically in 90 days they could start.
But they haven't. I don't have any faith that they'll do that. And I like this. Doing this research is the first time I actually heard the 90-day stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's right now it's just seeming like they're trying to like eliminate the money, which is illegal. So this isn't legal. So the catch is, even if the money has been legally obligated, it still has to be outlaid or actually sent to the recipients, like I said. So right now, Trump's team, including Elon Musk, who's heading up the DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, is holding the money hostage. And even though agreements were signed and funds were approved, billions of dollars are sitting in the treasury instead of going to the projects.
The only thing I have to contribute is I think this is just like his political, like, this is his MO, right? He like does something on paper to make people happy. He's like, hey, look, I'm finding all this waste, all this overregulation, and then the courts will get involved, and then it'll go back to normal at a time when people forget about it.
I think it's part of his like crazy making chaos.
The courts will get involved.
I think the amount, because it's not legal. So I think
also I feel like when Biden probably, like the way Obama did Obamacare, like when they pass it and they kind of like ratify it and put it into work, they usually have a team there who's like, well, let's make it stick. Let's not make it just for show. So I wonder if it already has some defenses.
Well, I think
it's like it being illegal. Like,
I think there are going to be a lot of lawsuits, and I think it's not, because this is also like, this is gonna, if they do not release this money, there's so many nonprofits who are gonna have to lay people, so many organizations are gonna have to lay people off. Like, there are entire nonprofits and organizations that rely on federal funding.
Yeah.
So the move is illegal. So Congress already appropriated the money, and by law, the executive branch has to carry out those funding decisions.
What percentage of nonprofits would you say are like bullshit?
Are
like
bullshit?
Total? This is just me asking.
I don't know. I think most are. I mean, they're definitely like, anyone can make a nonprofit, but the ones actually doing this sort of work are,
because there's probably a smart way to do this.
To get federal funding is really difficult.
Okay.
Like, to get this sort of federal funding, the amount of work we had to do to write the grants was a lot of work. So you think people
fleecing the system probably is like a small...
Oh, yeah. No. This is all like very real money for like big projects. That, like, they are trying to stop big projects. So just really quick, the legal aspect of this. So Congress passed a law in 1974 specifically to stop presidents from holding back funds they don't like, after Nixon tried similar tactics. And legal experts have said that once a funding agreement is in place, the government is bound by it.
Damn, Nixon tried to do that. He's just Nixon. He really is just Nixon.
Yeah. But way worse. Did you see his Trump Gaza video today, the AI video?
It was buffoonish.
I love that he still looked really bad in the
Yeah. No, it's I think Nixon was worse. Probably on paper anyway, because we're living through it, and it's like, how worse can it get? So, but on paper, because he had the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
So I think he probably has more to answer for. That's the only reason I would say he's worse. I'm not even saying worse as in job. I'm saying as president.
I think Trump is bad for so many different reasons. I think at least during Nixon's presidency, like, the worst gremlins in the United States weren't coming out of the woodwork trying. Like, I think there was still an air of people trying to...
Yeah.
Like, people were shocked by Watergate.
Yeah. Also listeners who lived through Nixon, get at us.
Sound off in the comments.
Or get your...
I should get my dad on here.
Was he alive during Nixon?
When was Nixon? What were the years?
I don't know. I'm too stupid to know.
Elliot.
But
I feel like it was
we gotta get him here.
I think 60s.
70s?
When
he was towards the end of the Vietnam
War. We might have
War.
to cut this just so I don't look stupid.
I'm gonna say 70s, early 70s.
70s, I think. I think it was 60s. I'm really sorry about that.
Because he debated Kennedy, so that was 60s. You're right, and then he lost that one, and then he came back. So yeah, like 65 going into 70.
Yeah. Okay, so how is this affecting organizations and projects? Right now, thousands of projects across the country are in limbo. We're talking about everything from community solar programs and electric school buses to clean water initiatives. Some nonprofit cities, because this is also like this funds cities, nonprofits, small businesses, some of them can't make payroll or they're having to pause projects or shut them down entirely. One of the biggest programs affected is the EPA's $7 billion Solar for All initiative. And while this is happening, they're also, so next what we're going to talk about is all the firings and layoffs. So like they're basically just fully trying to eliminate the EPA slash. It takes a lot to like eliminate an entire department, but they've placed a, they're trying to completely break it down, and they like fired everyone or fired a ton of people from the Chicago EPA a few weeks ago and then reinstated them. But they're just sowing all this chaos.
Well,
so
they
that
reinstated them.
They reinstated them, some of them. Okay, so just an example. So closer to home, so Medewa National Tallgrass Prairie, my nonprofit got so we got IRA funding, which was the $3 million, and then we got $1.5 million to restore Medewa National Tallgrass Prairie with a few other nonprofits. And
what is that? The what?
Medewa National Tallgrass Prairie. It's this huge restored prairie in Joliet, Illinois, and they reintroduced bison. It's
Whoa,
beautiful.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's really
the
cool.
Funny got cut.
It's paused. So we
again, I'm worried about now. I got to worry about bison, thanks to you.
Yeah.
But probably I imagine the community in Joliet likes it. They probably love it. It's interesting too because I wonder if Joliet's like predominantly conservative. Like they're probably going to get annoyed about this, and then.
Well, it is. Joliet's very conservative. I mean, Medewan is going to be fine. Like Medewan is still there, but there's still a ton of restoration work that needs to be done.
Oh,
so it's like the restoration work is stopping.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Until it comes back. Hopefully, it comes back.
Until it comes back. So right now we're in legal limbo. The administration is reviewing which funds it might try to claw back, meaning even projects that have already received money could be forced to return.
To return it.
Yeah, but it's not just about politics. It's about real people, real jobs, and stopping environmental progress. It's fucked.
Won't these numbers these numbers are going to like hurt our unemployment numbers?
Totally.
Probably.
No, yeah, it's so that's the same thing. So did you hear about all the Forest Service fires?
Yeah, that I've been reading. It's very stressful.
So he has cut thousands of jobs from the U.S. Forest Service. He's also freezing funds meant for wildfire prevention and scaling back disaster resilience programs. So he's saying that he's cutting these jobs to improve government efficiency and reduce bureaucracy. But slashing the workforce, especially in the U.S. Forest Service, is going to be really bad for disaster recovery. Like there were a lot of Forest Service staff who helped with the California fires and who help with a lot of disaster recovery.
Well, that sucks too because California is like the richest state, and they just bungled that. I mean, they really just, which sucks too because politically, it's like even if you try to make the argument, it's like, well, the system works. We have like the last thing that happened didn't work.
Yeah.
That's scary to think about.
Yeah.
That's scary to think about that even like, I don't know, like how much waste is there? But is this the way to fix it? Is this even like the right way to fix it?
Cutting people?
Yeah, like completely firing everybody probably doesn't seem like the right way.
No, because they're like the people keeping our parks safe and actually, like, I think it's going to be really scary when more disasters come and Trump is not.
So he would literally have to, I mean, if he was competent, he would have to fire everybody and then quickly rehire the efficient amount of people.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
You don't think that's going to happen?
So he has fired 3,400 Forest Service employees.
He could do this. I mean, I don't think he would because he's kind of an idiot. But I think there's almost like I'm trying to look at the logic behind this and be like, if you have 50 people in a department, give whoever the supervisor is leniency and be like, cut your staff down.
But that's not what's like. Did you hear about that? They just sent a bunch of emails out to people and the government this past
I didn't
week
hear
that
that.
was like, hey, send an email to your supervisor saying
Oh, the
everything
emails
you've
where
done
you
this
tell them-
week. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little barbaric. I mean, there's better ways to do that.
Well, and specifically going for like these departments is dangerous. It's not necessarily necessary, and it's not smart, and doing it all at once is like they're just like gutting departments.
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I do think it's a
Yeah.
really a barbaric thing to do and just like ham-fisted.
No, you hate the U.S. Forest Service.
No, I love the U.S. I'm just saying, logically, if there's good work to be done, isn't there hope that a lot of these employees will have a good answer for him in that email so that they'll be able to keep their jobs?
Well, a lot of the people who were fired were probationary employees, meaning they were newer workers who had fewer protections.
So it sounds like core employees might
So
be
yeah,
safe.
hopefully like people who were there for a long. But there were also, I know that there were people who were there for a long time who were cut also.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Really? That's like the part of it that's scary to me
yeah.
is if you're cutting like people who really need to
Well,
be
so
there.
here's what's scary about it. For years, is experts have warned that wildfire prevention efforts are already behind schedule, which requires clearing out dry brush and conducting controlled burns in slow, labor-intensive ways. And now with fewer staff, that work is going to come to a halt because they also need like really well-trained people who can do that. And a lot of people,
Not just prisoners.
yeah, yeah, literally not just random.
Not to
people
say
you
that
bring out.
prisoners can't do.
Do a
It's
great
not what I
job,
meant.
but
I feel
they-
really bad about that. I have a lot of great friends who are in prison or are in prison currently, and they're very capable people.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
Why do I have so many felon friends?
Yeah,
Jesus
no, I love
Christ.
that you can speak to that and that you can apologize.
I've filled some commissaries in my life. I've bought people honey buns. Don't come at me and tell me I'm lying about that. If you got a commissary, throw it in the comment section. I'll throw $5 in there for a honey bun for you.
Throw in your Venmo?
No, it'll be at a prison. It'll be a prison. You have to go in there. We would use our Venmo. They don't have Venmo.
Okay.
It would be through. You don't have any felon friends?
No.
Oh man, you got to get some. They're
But
fun.
you know that my intro to my first like environmental act was I got court mandated trash pickup.
Whoa, you got community service for
Yeah.
your act of eco-terrorism?
No,
What-
not for ego, for partying too hard.
Oh, damn. I really was hoping you like spray painted.
No. They wouldn't then make me clean up trash or something. Okay, so the Forest Service manages 193 million acres of public land, which is about the size of Texas. And
Texas is huge.
yeah, it's a lot. We have a lot of public land. So yeah, their jobs include wildfire prevention, land restoration, and firefighting support. And yes, at the Interior Department, hiring because they also have hiring freezes, so that means fewer seasonal firefighting crews will be available.
This is gonna bite him. You know what's gonna happen? You know what the bright side of this is? The pendulum is gonna swing back the other way so aggressively in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Because he's probably firing so many truck owning like conservative dudes. I mean, you got to think you're clearing out employees in Montana. How many like granola ass liberals are there in probably not a lot.
I mean,
He's doing this to his own voters.
he's
I'm telling you, it's going to swing the other way.
I hope so, but I think that there's some people who are just like, you know what? He's clearing it out. I don't know. I haven't checked in on Fox. I don't know how they're spinning this.
This is
But yeah, people are losing jobs.
people are losing jobs.
It's affecting, everything he's doing. It's affecting farmers.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you know the suicide rate for farmers is like 3 times higher than regular people? Did you know
Really?
that? And I read this online. I was like, there's no way that's true. I looked into it. It's completely true.
I get that because it's sort of an uncertain.
Yeah.
Being a farmer's hard.
Yeah.
I once worked for a farm, and it was the last year of that farm.
Damn. Damn. I don't want to laugh, but that's fucked up. Damn. What kind of farm was it? Soy?
No.
There's a lot of soybeans. There's a lot of soy farms
No,
in the Midwest.
No, it was like an organic farm, and it was out in. It was a very chaotic year, but I did feel bad that the one year I worked on the farm, the farm did shut down.
Damn, he lost the farm. You lost him the farm. Were you stealing?
No, I just wasn't. I just
Were you
realized
just
that
eating
I just
berries?
realized that farming is different than gardening, and I'm more of a gardener.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm not a gardener. I am a gardener, not a farmer.
You gotta wake up at 6 a.m.?
Yeah, no, it was early mornings. It was working through the rain. I'm an indoor girl. I like to I like to be out when I want to be. What time we at, Elliot? Oh, perfect. Okay, real quick.
It's not gonna last. This is his usual chaos.
But it is gonna get worse. Like I think that he's so another episode we're gonna do is everything that's happened so far. He's pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement.
Oh,
there's drilling, but there's gonna be a lot of drill. Like environmentally, things are not good because he is opening everything up. Like I think this is actually one step in the direction of our public lands being imposed upon. I think that he's going to want to start like drilling in national parks. Like environmentally, I think things are not gonna. I think people are tired, and I don't know what would have to happen for it to reach a critical point where people were like,
I think what needs to happen is people need to. Well, it's harder, easier said than done. The economy needs to get better for people to not care about that first. And then start noticing all these other things. That's usually what needs to happen. So it's almost like he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
I think that economically things are going to get really bad, and that's.
But then he won't get elected again.
Yeah.
Then people will be like, oh, you promised
inflation,
all these.
like everything's expensive.
If he can't fix that, then he won't get another term, or he is not eligible for another term anyway. Well, that's another episode, I imagine.
But he's our king.
Hey, the founding fathers did a good job. The framework is solid. Don't worry.
For now.
But I'm just saying, even if the Republican Party ran someone else, it wouldn't be very popular.
I think I'm gonna run as Republican.
You should write. We need a third party.
Yeah.
That's smart. What smart people say.
But I think it can't be called the Green Party.
No.
People are
the Libertarian Party.
I believe in everything Jill Stein stands for, but like and I also did canvas for her in 2016.
Ooh, we might need to cut that out.
Whoops. I thought
we need to bleep that out.
Hillary was going to win. Thought it was going to be a safe way to make some money over college break.
Oh, you made money?
I made so much money from the Green Party.
No. Yeah,
I made a crazy amount of money
they have
canvassing
too much money
for the Green Party.
Why do they have so much money?
No, it needs to not be the Green Party because people don't identify as environmentalists enough. I think it needs to be it has to be like a labor-based party. I think it needs to be like more of what's the thing that brings people polyamory? And
I don't know what you're talking.
I don't know either. I'm trying to just put a bow on everything we said.
I think it'll be. Give it 90 days. See what happens. Yeah. I think more will come back than you think.
I'm hoping. I'm praying.
I think it's all sword rattling.
I'm praying for the country right now. I pray for two people, myself and the country.
That's You're ready to run for office. You're ready to run for office.
I've considered running.
I think the national parks are too popular to get. Is that wrong? By the face?
You're saying. I thought you were saying they're too popular.
No, I think they're too popular to have.
Yeah,
these things happen to them and stay. I think
people love the national parks. I think that Democrat or Republican or Libertarian or Green Party or whatever communist, everyone loves the national parks.
Yeah, I think they're too popular for any. But I'm just trying to see the optimism in it.
But also the things that people are willing to let him do are pretty unbelievable.
He's not. He's just saying he's going to do all these things. Even when you're reading him off, there's all these caveats to it where like, good, you don't have total power to like. Sure, you can fire everybody and hope that they don't get rehired after your administration is over, or set up all these weird, cause some chaos, and have it be 90 days of this and freak people out, and then make your supporters happy. Look how much. I think
what's happening is he's making such a mess that it's going to be really hard to clean up the mess.
But it's clean. You can clean it up.
Yeah, once I get in there.
Get in there.
I'm gonna
run for office. You know what?
I think about this once a week.
I had a patriotic experience. I was working with a comic who was very smart, and he was telling me all this stuff about kind of like you about how we're all cooked. It's over, man.
I don't say that.
Well, you
things aren't great.
Things aren't great.
But I'm optimistic ultimately.
And so on Friday he's telling me all this stuff, and on Saturday we meet we go out to have dinner with like a family friend of his. It is a dude who was born in Pakistan, who is in the U.S. military. He's a lawyer in the U.S. military, and he's got great politics. He's very like you, kind of aligned with what you're into, and he's running for office
Really?
in Wisconsin, and he's probably going to win because he's very popular. People love him.
Is he more Democrat or Republican?
He's a Democrat.
Oh.
No, he's very left. He's like Wisconsin left, like like that's a thing. Like he's
what's his phone number?
he's married. He's
God
got
damn it.
He's got beautiful kids. Great guy. But
I'm happy for them.
But you meet these people that you're like, oh, we'll be fine.
Yeah, no, but it can't be those single people. Like
But there's an army of those people.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
No,
You're
but-
thinking about running for office.
I would have to really clean up my social media.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
And no, it's actually true. That's sort of the nice thing about Trump is, so I started getting a master's in public administration right after college,
Yeah.
and then I realized I didn't want to do it. But I thought I wanted to like go into politics, but because I was already starting stand up, and I was like, I actually don't think. I feel like already my online presence is too messed up, and now that Trump's in office, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
People love that now.
Yeah.
People truly love it. People like to see the humanity in you. But you should now imagine how many other people are, feel the flame to like
Yeah.
get up there and reach for the podium.
Well, this is my
We-
announcement.
No. We can do better. We can do better.
Okay, so that was today. That was just a little update on freezes
Vote.
and firings.
Get out there and vote, people.
Freezings and firings. Elliot, did you enjoy that? Did you learn something? Okay. All right, we're gonna pause there. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. We're coming weekly now, and yeah.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Oh yeah, we're done.
Oh.
Okay.